Well, the Suncoast social scene is fast approaching, and adding vintage items to your wardrobe is a great way to get ready. And there's a new store in the Rosemary District full of great old finds. So please welcome Ashley Rogers, the owner of Canned Ham Vintage, to tell us all about how old items are getting new life again. Welcome, Ashley. And I'm just amazed by some of these things you have, because I would never think old at all.
Well, we really specialize condition. Everything that comes into the store, we professionally clean ourselves, or we have a dry cleaning bill, of course, like all of us. And then we mend and repair everything with vintage buttons, vintage zippers to really keep the condition very high.
Let's talk about first your store, because you have, when you collect these items, how do you get them?
I shop every day, ladies.
Oh,
that's
where do
the
you
fun
shop?
Part. I shop with a lot of, I do a little bit of online, but I really like to shop. I do pick out things in some of the boutiques in Sarasota. People don't realize it's vintage. So I do buy things like that. Consignment shops. I buy things from designers online. Private collectors, every way you can shop.
All right, well, let's get right into it. Now, you brought some of those items. Now, on the corner over there, we see a dress. That's just
the green one's from the 60s with some great detailing on the neckline, really well made. That's one thing with vintage. You can get a designer gown that might have been sold at Saks in the 50s. You can buy it today for a fraction of the cost.
Oh my gosh. And the one behind it is very gorgeous, and the detail aaround the neckline, and it goes all the way down to the back.
Rhinestones and sequins and studs. It's really interesting. The one behind it is actually from the 70s. A designer called Jack Bryant, great designer. He actually is more well known for his beadwork, but this one has a beautiful double layer with a funny combination of flowers and polka dots, which I love.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Now, so you just mentioned a designer, but you also have other designers there. I know you have some Gucci, YSL, and some of Dior, some of the designers that are prevalent now.
Yep. They've been around for a long time, especially things like we have some beautiful YSL scarves, which are really coming in the fall, some great colors. This is a Vera Newman tied onto a Gucci handbag from the 50s. Very much something that like Marilyn Monroe would wear, but you could also pair with jeans and a nice top to go out to dinner.
And so these purses, same thing. You just find them at, just random stores.
I buy a lot from collectors because that way I get more the higher end pieces, things that haven't been out in the limelight yet. I try to find the hidden gems, if you will.
Well, those are gorgeous.
Those are really, really beautiful.
And now let's move a little bit down the table. I know you mentioned the scarves already. And
100% silk.
Wow.
Lots of silk scarves. That's one thing you can always find at vintage stores. Silk scarves, tie them around your neck, in your hair, on your handbag.
And it can actually kind of up the ante with your outfit if you're wearing jeans.
Those add those little
touches.
touches.
I have one, a touch one? Is that?
This one's a YSL from the 70s, which is a great tribal look, very hip for the fall with the whole 70s thing coming back.
Perfect with your dress.
I know.
It picks up the colors.
It just makes me feel like special right now.
And the hand on it's really nice.
Right next to the scarves, I see glasses.
Yeah, we got some great 70s glasses, which these actually have new glass in them. So you can wear them now. They're not scratched.
Can I try these?
Yeah, let's see those on you. Those go with your outfit today.
Oh, look at
Fabulous.
And I can see perfectly with this.
They look great.
They're great.
It makes you feel very glamorous, like a movie star.
They're from the 70s. Really great sports brand.
I was in television in the 70s. I'd been working 10 years by then.
And how do you know these items are valuable? How is it just taking a little bit of research into the brands?
A lot of research. I watch any kind of documentaries, even old movies. You can watch old movies and go, oh, you recognize the silhouettes. You recognize the textures. We have some great silks, anything silk. I've kind of trained my eye when I'm looking in lots of quantities of clothing. You can really tell the detailing of vintage pieces with the velvets and the silks. Also with the color patterns, the colors are a lot different and during the 50s and 60s and earlier than they are now because the dyes are different.
Speaking of velvet, you have a velvet jacket here.
Beautiful.
Like this? Would you wear this?
I would wear that. That looks great.
That's what men used to wear at home after work. They would wear their smoking jacket and sit around.
I sell them like hotcakes. I've actually sold a tie-dyed velvet one, which is very like Jimi Hendrix. They're really great.
I love to feel it. Oh my God.
Great class.
But there's also, you have the other brand, the animal print.
Yeah. Great for fall. Animal print will always be in
That's
style.
sort of Chinese.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beautiful silk.
But just because they're old doesn't mean that they're vintage. These were really elegant when they came out.
That's
They were
really
very good quality when they were when they
Right.
first hit the market.
All right, so we're going to move a little down the table. I know you have jeans, but we want to get to the star of the show. This pink dress here.
She is actually from the estate of Miss New Jersey in 1960. It's a beautiful light pink, and it's just really an interesting piece. I'm going to try to donate it to their somewhere in Miss New Jersey so that people can see it. I don't really want to sell
Wow.
it because it really needs to be seen.
I was in the Miss Georgia pageant in 1960
Where's your
and
dress,
59.
Linda?
My dress was a belle of the ball. You wore a hoop so big
Yep.
you couldn't sit down. When you sat down, the front popped up.
You probably wrestled when you walked.
Yeah, when you walked, it swayed.
Wayne. Yeah,
And then
really
right
cool.
in front of that, the blue dress.
It's a beautiful blue. It was probably sold at a store very similar to Saks Fifth Avenue, very high end. It's great because it's got some buttons that you can't see from here, but you've got some buttons on the front, which is some great detailing. Those have to come off when you clean them. Another big thing with vintage, take the buttons off, have them dry clean, and we sew everything back on at the end.
Okay.
Wow.
You know,
that looks like Jackie Kennedy.
It is.
It does. You know, the
Very
thing I
classy.
love, though, is like, you think old, you think out of date, but this is not outdated. Really nice vintage, timeless items. So I really do like it. Now, if you guys want to find out more about this, again, their name is Canned Ham Vintage. You can find them on 7th Street near Central in the Rosemary District in Sarasota.